Clemson Tigers beats the Crimson Tide 44-16 to win the 2019 College Football Playoff National Championship and capture its second national title in 3 years. In doing as such, the Tigers turn into the main group in modern college football history to complete a season 15-0, and the first overall to do so since Penn, in 1897. Alabama-Clemson 4 was polarizing in various ways. There was no doubt that these were the two best teams in college football, as they had been the top two wire-to-wire from preseason up to this point. In any case, with fatigue evidently setting in among casual fans, this game didn't exactly have the development as past editions did. That view seemed to be senseless right off the bat, however, with a 27-point first quarter that had a lot of momentum swings, from pick sixes to long touchdowns. At last, Clemson pulled away in shocking style, as it represented 482 yards of offense on only 63 plays. Quarterback Trevor Lawrence tossed for 347 yards for his second-in-a-row postseason amusement and almost turned into the 10th school quarterback to toss for 350 yards against Saban drove protection. Lawrence turned into the main true freshman beginning quarterback to win a national title since Oklahoma's Jamel Holloway in 1985. Clemson won its first national title, under mentor Dabo Swinney, 2 years back with an NFL-prepared quarterback, in Deshaun Watson and heaps of veteran leadership on the two sides of the ball. It was a title 3 or 4 years, really taking shape that took recruitment and development by Swinney and his staff. And keeping in mind that there were a lot of veterans on the current year's group, Clemson's title in 2019 feels progressively energetic. Lawrence and collector Justin Ross, who hauled in a pair of miraculous catches as part of a 153-yard day, are true freshmen. The effect that these offensive players made today around evening time as well as throughout the entire season is something that defensive should manage for a long time. Lawrence and cornerback Trayvon Mullen were named the game's most significant players. However, in case we're being honest, the genuine MVP was Clemson's defensive coordinator. Brent Venables was the person who disguised coverages that prompted a couple of Tagovailoa interceptions, as well as 7 tackles for loss. He was the person who in the second half organized a defense that stopped Alabama's offense cold, on 3 straight trips inside the 25-yard line. Alabama averaged at 6.06 yards per play, which is way below its average of 7.89, that position second nationally. The Crimson Tide was also held to 31 points, which is below their season average as well. Alabama uncharacteristically played its worst game at the worst time. This isn't to say Alabama would have won on the off chance that it had been more sharper on Monday night, yet goodness, the Tide did not play their best game when they absolutely needed. Tagovailoa threw 2 awful interferences that were a good defense but also terrible throws and reads on his part. Despite the fact that Tagovailoa, the Heisman Trophy runner-up, still completed with 295 yards passing, he was replaced in the final quarter by Jalen Hurts when it was clear the game was out of hand.